strand of DNA has sugar, phosphates, and nitrogenous base.
If he is standing on a platform 2 meters tall, what is the ball's horizontal displacement?
In order for the strand to absorb this known quantity of water, what must the structure of DNA be?
Dr. Franklin, lab's empty, man.
The last question of the last MCAT section you will ever write. Just do better than 95% of people. You know this.
It's on the tip of your tongue.
Just 2 steps.
Out of reach.
And keep those lips pursed. Work hard, be smart, and make it through first.
That can't be right.
Turn on the light.
It's in plain sight.
Give up the fight.
Measure theta.
Get the data.
Find the numbers.
Don't make blunders.
My mind is blank.
I'm being frank.
I'm going to fail.
You're going to fail.
If I can't prove it, I am smart and I just don't know where to start. I stop.
Stuck these 4 white walls, I try to make the biggest break in my career. I'm stuck.
Stuck from these protocols, from questions I could do without help in first year.
I'm stuck.
On the calculation.
Stuck on my own frustrations. How long have I been stuck here?
8 months crap gone down the drain. Now what's the point of that MCAT pain if I didn't even keep my stupid brain on track? I sailed through all the practice tests. The book said I didn't have to stress. So Kaplan, if you're listening, then I run right on past.
The clock ticks fast, but the problem's so vast that I seem to be stuck like glue. I give up now when the time runs out. I'll wish that I stuck it through.
Work harder, be smarter, and keep those lips pursed. Work harder, be smarter, and make it through first. Just when it stay in these 4 white walls till you fix it. Stick to these protocols till you nail it. If you fix it, if you nail it, work harder.
Step by step I go, trying not to get stuck in this pompous show. Cause if I let a man throw his weight around, then it's me who gets knocked down to the ground.
Physics problem unknown. I can't recall my TA droning on and on about the force and speed. Cause it wasn't anything I thought I'd need.
I'm so close I can see the links. The sugars and phosphates make me think that bases must be bounded there. But God knows when I'll find out where.
My mind's running blank and I'm trying to catch the answers there, but I can't snatch it. Just let me make this cutoff score, and I won't ask for anything more. But why should these numbers run my life?
But why should a working girl deal with strife?
Because I am just one student statistic.
Because working men are chauvinistic.
Am I at fault or is the institution? Regardless, it feels like mental pollution. But I'm in the middle of the normal distribution because everyone's way too stressed.
And we're all in a race just to find a solution, and work feels like a task.
So I'm stuck in this hell on earth where other folks decide my worth. I'm stuck, gotta stick it through and do just what I'm meant to do through competition.
Good decision.
Keep your best friends close and then leave them in the dust.
Keep your data even closer because there's nothing you can trust.
Keep a target out of mind, just outside. At the end of the tunnel you'll see the light. See the goal, you spot down the road, and maybe then you'll crack the code of life.
My life has led to this test, and now I'm stuck and far beyond the rest.
Work harder, be smarter, and keep those lips pursed. Work harder, be smarter, and make it through first.
It's fast, but the problem's so fast, and I seem to be stuck like glue. I down. This should be clear. You should have reviewed more up first year. I wish that I'd stuck it.
Work harder, be smarter.
Stuck in these 4 white
How long have I been stuck here? How long have I been stuck here? How long? I'm stuck.
Time's up.
September 10th, 1951.
September 10th, 2017. Medical school admissions essay, draft 1. My name is Rose Andersson. I am a 4th-year student, and I have wanted to be a doctor for as long as I can remember. Oh boy, they say to start with word vomit. Right, well, is word vomit going to get me to the only profession I have ever wanted, for which school just happens to have an under 5% admit rate? Okay, the function of the human body is to predict, and make discoveries about the world around us, and well, that's what I've always loved, the science, the function of how the it cooks together like a puzzle. Science, the confusing or difficult, is predictable. In fact, The law of large numbers states that if you have enough data points, you can practically predict the behavior of the population. So, where am I going with this?
And what a lovely smile you've got on today, Miss Franklin.
Good morning, Dr. Wilkins. What does that mean?
Merely being friendly.
We are colleagues, Dr. Wilkins, not friends.
Charming. In regards to today's work, I think we should follow up on the recent Linus Pauling manuscript. Now, he seems...
I've read it. Why do you say that?
Well, the idea of A and B DNA having a similar structure to the alpha helix in proteins is quite promising. I've already thought of a potential model. Gosling is working on it now.
I frankly don't see any experimental DNA for working on a model at this stage. Besides, ADNA is my data, and Gosling, Ray, is my student.
Well, yes, but he can't be wasting his time. PhD candidate Francis Crick, whom you may remember, has been working with Dr. James Watson at Cavendish to explore Pauling's hypothesis. I anticipate we, may have some competition.
Clear methodical work is not a waste of time. Competition does not change that.
Right, the more the merrier. I'm just saying we need to work faster. Step on the gas a bit.
That's hardly fair. Gosling and I have made significant progress on DNA since my arrival 8 months ago.
Of course, you've done fantastic work. And now we can get ahead by using Pauling's work to create our model, so others don't get to it first. A publication turnaround takes time,
Dr. Wilkins, with all due respect, I would rather take the time to perform thorough calculations than jump to conclusions for which I have no evidence.
Your choice. I'm sure Gosling loves all of your mathematical rigor.
What? Don't worry about it, Ray. Leave the model, go back to the crystallography.
Why do you look like someone just asked you to retake physics?
Hey, Angie, honestly, I'd rather do that than deal with this admissions essay.
How was the MCAT?
I don't know. How was yours?
You're the one who cares about it more anyway.
Well, it's not about how mine went, now is it? It's about how everybody else's went. As long as I get a high enough score and am far enough above the average percentile, I'm fine.
Leave it to the medical school admissions process to make you not just want to succeed, but want others to fail.
Well, the MCAT barely scratches the surface of it. At this point, we need perfect grades, dazzling extracurriculars, and a thought-provoking yet understated essay. And the thing is, you can predict it. 67% of the population will be performing here. 95 will be here. 99 is here, and I need to be right over here.
Come on, you're like the ideal pre-med. Science fair champion, fierce advocate of women's health, and thrice weekly hospital volunteer since age 14. You're gonna be fine. By the way, the legal age you can start is 16. I looked it up.
What can I say? I live on the edge. But please don't tell the admissions officers or my sister that I stole her ID.
You are the only person I know who would commit identity theft in order to perform free labor. And that's why you're gonna be fine. I, on the other hand, have nowhere near as perfect a GPA, 0 publications, and probably just tanked the MCAT.
Well, I'll help you study and apply. You'll have 5 for 5 interview invites in no time.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You've got your own essays to focus on anyway. You still want to write about Rosalind Franklin?
Absolutely. I just haven't figured out how to work it all together. See, it's about the statistics. Every single parameter stacked against her. All forms of misogyny thrown at her, being a woman in the 1950s. And she still did what she did. Makes our job look easy, but in a similar way, we need to beat the statistics. Get to the top of that distribution.
See? It's all coming together already.
Yeah, maybe I'll run with that.
Yeah, well, right now you're gonna run with me to biochemistry, because we're late.
Oh, shit.
November 28th, 1951. In conclusion, the existing model of DNA, while still unclear, consists of a single helix with phosphates on the inside, as well as 4 different types of bases. Each of these bases is found in equal proportion to one other base. The problem with this model lies in the size. One helix would not achieve the dimensions we see in our experimental DNA, and the water content. Phosphates on the inside would not absorb nearly as much water as we see in our experimental DNA. After months of X-ray crystallography work, we at King's have deducted that DNA must be one large helix made up of several chains, each of which has phosphates on the outside. Thank you.
It has been well established after years of work that the crystal structure of DNA is a double helix. It consists of a complex pattern of alpha.
I don't even understand those words separately.
It's review from second year. I'll help you.
Polyproline helices saturate the hydrophobic core of the protein. Here lies its active site, whose reaction mechanism I expect you all to remember.
And the class group chat is already popping off. Everyone's confused.
Well, the more confused they are, the worse they do on the midterm. The easier the professors make the final, the better we do. Saved by the bell curve.
Rose!
What? The class average is always a C-, just helping us get to the top of that distribution.
Do your future patients know their doctor is cutting down other people in order to succeed?
I am not.
Not directly.
It's just the way it is, okay? Other people doing poorly helps us do better. I'm not gonna purposely make them get bad grades, but I'm not gonna complain when they do.
And I'll see you all after the break, where we'll discuss crystallography and the model of DNA.
It's just life-size student culture, Angie.
No, dude. Life-size student culture is that one statistics course you take in second year that nobody retains anything from.
Speak for yourself. I am an outlier and should not be counted.
What?
Forget it. Life-sci culture is knowing more about the cardiac cycle than current events.
Well, that bar's pretty low.
Yeah, like my GPA.
Hey!
If there's a life-sci culture, I wonder how cultured we are.
Well, the only culture that I know is bacterial culture.
Well, you're already halfway there, my friend. Worn a lab coat with the sleeves too long.
Check.
Changed an answer twice and then the one you chose was wrong.
Check.
Chemical formulas in the air cause you can't find scrap paper anywhere. It's true. That's life-sci for you.
Alright, let's start again. As normal, the model of DNA was discovered by
Dropping all her test tubes and then having to restart. Knowing that emotions really don't come from the heart. Multiple choice for every test, adjusting the higher baseline stress. Boom, that's life-sci for you.
Cause when you're drowning in your work, you're bound to share some common quirks.
And when the going gets too tough, we think about this kind of stuff, and it makes us feel like we are not alone. And while we'll always grunt and groan and moan,
Life-sci culture kind of feels like home.
next week.
so, my first event as student union president is tonight, and like any responsible student leader, I am pre-gaming! Meaning, so are you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm at the hospital all day tomorrow and I need to properly review this manuscript.
Oh, is that for your women's health literature review?
Nope. It is every paper Rosalind Franklin has ever wrote. I need to properly review them so I can understand her in this essay.
At least hang out with me for a bit before you leave.
You mean watch you slowly get tipsier and tipsier?
I don't know what you're talking about. Had 500 people in each of your first year classes. Never quite remembered all the different laws of gases.
Just use PV equals nRT.
But then one fine day you meet a nerd who shares your ways and you become best friends.
Angie.
And get drunk on weekends.
That's just college culture.
And sing about the laws of gases after several beers.
The only others who might do that
Are the engineers. Woohoo, that's life-sci for you.
Have fun! My name is Rose Andersson. I am a fourth-year student, and I've wanted to be a doctor for as long as I can remember. At the beginning, I loved the science, but then I started thinking about what happens when the science stops working so well, and then it wasn't about the science, it was about people. My research examines the outcomes for marginalized women in the healthcare system and outlines areas for change in the field of women's health, particularly in breast and ovarian cancer. I hope to pursue this further as a doctor. I have also been inspired by Rosalind Franklin for as long as I can remember. The sexist environment in the 1950s made it nearly impossible for her to succeed in, yet there she was.
Feel it at the
stretch, but it's just 2 steps out of reach. I feel that it's so close that I can hear the victory speech. But when the glory fades away, I know that I can always say that knowledge made it to the book because of all my working days. What glee, and that's research to me.
My current project examines the outcomes for women with the BRCA1 breast cancer mutation while controlling for a number of social determinants. In her short time, Rosalind Franklin came out with multiple groundbreaking discoveries. She beat the statistics against her. Just like her, I aim to work as hard as possible to get to where I need to be, which means
Passing a mess of papers read and goals flipped over on their head, there comes a moment clear to see where I know this is meant for me, and others leave and I am left alone. These 4 white walls can start to feel like home.
nope, I still can't figure it out.
Oh, this is the worst week of the semester!
Right? An 89 on the first midterm, meaning I need at least an 83 on this one.
2 midterms and 1 essay next
4
week.
lectures to cover, meaning
Which doesn't leave me enough time to, which gives me enough
extra.
extra to, oh.
It's the hardest major cause I need to prove myself. Caught a bunch of textbooks.
Never took them off the shelf.
Winning the game takes time and grit, but I know it'll be worth it one day. Till then, all work, no play. Eventually, it'll be worth it.
Even when you spiral for days after getting a bad grade. Yeah, and your definition of a bad grade is an A-. Kind of a volatile place to be.
Volatile? It's volatile?
Nobody says that.
Some pronunciations you can never quite decide.
Meso!
Meiosis.
Meiosis!
Oh.
Yanny! No!
Track of all the times you've broken down and cried.
Which could be cause of hormone, steroid, amine, or peptide. Look at all that knowledge, yet we're still unqualified.
Could be that's life sci for me.
It was a fine symposium. A shame we couldn't present.
And scatter our precious ideas to those hungry scientists at King's who are just waiting to steal them? I don't thank you.
You're not wrong. We got maximal information.
There isn't room for too many good scientists in this world.
Did you get notes on her talk?
Who?
That woman, she spoke about DNA. Rosalind.
Rosalind. Rosie.
Well, did you?
I couldn't be bothered to take notes on her talk. How hard will it be to remember research at her level? I was too busy thinking how much better she could have looked if she did something with her hair, wore some higher heels, rolled up her
Jim,
skirt.
we need her insights.
I can remember it. She said something about helices.
So did Pauling.
Something different, though. Something about bases.
Bases. What? Jim.
It's fine. We'll go talk to them, we'll ask them, and they'll tell us.
I don't know what to do about this essay. Every girl is going to write about how hard she's worked and how Rosalind Franklin is her feminist role model.
Are you saying that you're not like the other girls?
Angie.
With your bright green orbs and your nose and a vocal Harry Styles picks you out of the crowd.
I'm serious.
Just make yours different. There's always a new take.
How?
I can't tell you that. You have to decide for yourself.
She really would be something if she put some effort into her appearance, eh?
From how distracted you seem to be during the talk, I'd say her appearance is just fine.
How do you think Maurice feels being bossed around by a woman like that?
Severely demoralized, though of course it's his fault for taking it.
Okay, we go talk to them, not letting any of our hypotheses slip yet. Sweet talk the king scientist a bit.
Oh, I have one more. Life sci culture is spending years memorizing from slides and not learning how to think critically, then developing a complex which we express through putting others down, and becoming antisocial to the point of losing basic social skills and being ill-equipped for all future careers besides medicine and maybe research, which we then climb over each other to get to because we feel the need to win everything to feed our ego!
Life sci culture kind of feels like home.
at your crystallography machine and completely shutting out the possibility that a model could accomplish all of that work in 1/10 of the time. Pauling has just created one of the alpha helices in proteins. At this rate, we won't even draft a hypothesis before he snaps up the structure of DNA from right under our noses.
Well, Dr. Wilkins, perhaps you should pay a little more attention to the data coming out of your own lab rather than peering into everybody else's.
Do you want to just get data for all time out there? Oh, hello, Dr. Watson.
Miss Franklin, my name is James Watson.
Pleasure to meet you. Maurice has told me about you. A PhD graduate at the age of 23. Very impressive.
Thank you, thank you. You know, Francis and I just think the gene is the thing to study. An understanding of the basic unit of life will open endless doors for all biological sciences.
Well, you're very right. That's why Maurice and I are working on nucleic acids.
Ah, forgive me. You're not Maurice's assistant.
No, we are colleagues. That's why I gave this presentation.
My mistake.
It was nice to meet you, Dr. Watson.
What's going on?
You know I'm right. I mean, look at you. You freak out anytime you get anything less than an A.
You know why I do that, Angie. It's so competitive.
Yeah, exactly what I mean. Life sci culture can be really tough. I'm worried about what it's doing to you. You know, I remember it. The first time I walked into my honors lab course in first year, every single person in that room was the top student in their high school, the overachiever, the smart kid in their family. Suddenly, everything you based your identity of just comes part of the background, and you just feel naked and vulnerable. And you're trying to find new ways to prove yourself, to prove that you deserve to be here. I mean, at that point, how much of what you do is because you actually love it, and how much of it is because you just need more validation? I mean, when does it stop?
Lovely colleague of yours.
That's one way to put it.
Is she married?
No.
Not surprising. One look at that expression is enough to turn the milk sour.
If something doesn't go according to plan, after you've prepared for it your whole life, what do you do then?
A career-hungry woman raised by a mother whose own ambitions were stifled, clearly. Poor Rosie.
Now you understand the trouble I've been having since she first arrived. Seriously, she is brash and uncooperative. It has been a nightmare.
Well, now you're with us. Why don't we go for a walk and learn about all that wonderful work that you've been doing?
Oh, I really should.
Come on, Maurice. God knows you need a break.
Well, all right, if you insist.
Let's get pissed.
Dr. Crick.
You go on. You have to go on. Because it's not everything.
Well, sometimes it feels like it is. I think it is for me. Started with the science, ended with the people, right?
We'll make it through. All right? Let's go, doctor.
Don't jinx it.
It makes us feel like we are not alone. Life sci culture kind of feels like home.
December 3rd, 1951.
It is December 3rd, and I have none of this essay written.
These are marvelous photographs. However did you manage?
H2O gas and saline solution.
Simple chemistry. Brilliant!
Thank you.
What is your thesis statement?
My love for medicine started with the science. Science is meant to explain, categorize, and organize the world around us. And statistics is
Rose?
meant to categorize these organizations.
Rose. One sentence.
Rosalind Franklin inspires me.
Why?
Because she was wicked smart. Because she never sold herself short in a man's world. Because she knew what she was passionate about, and she was so dedicated to it.
Yes, now you're getting somewhere. So, you look up to her as a pioneering female scientist that broke down the barriers that women faced in the lab.
I don't know if she broke them down. She might have knocked down a few blocks, but those few blocks, well, they made all the difference.
Who's to say that the way things are is the way they ought to be? And who's to say that good hard work has done the trick for me? 'Cause I'm climbing up the rungs as they're snatched beneath, and I've clawed and I've fought with nail and teeth, and I'll show twice over why this is my place.
Miss Rosalind Franklin has achieved the highest standing in Norland Place School's 3rd grade class.
Rosie, Rosie, Posy, Rosie, run home to your darling. Rosie, Rosie, Posy, Rosie, life is barely starting.
Don't call me Rosie! Here's a sum, here's another, then you add the two. I could spend all day staring at these numbers and dream of them when I'm in my slumbers. They act just as I want. They always make such sense. It doesn't even matter that they find me too intense. Because who's to say that the way things are is the way they ought to be? Others come and go, but I know where to put my energy. 'Cause I'm climbing up the rungs and a world awaits. A world of graphs and coordinates. And I've shown twice over that my answer's right.
Passing matriculation with 6 distinctions, you continue to amaze us all. Here, take this and put it toward further studies.
Here we are, in this haven where we think and breathe all the knowledge I crave. We could spend all day just hearing them talk. It takes I can not to stare and gawk. And as I learn and grow, the more I come to know, I'll sit right up there with them and just let discussions flow.
Rosie, Rosie, Posy, Rosie, this is temporary. Rosie, Rosie, Posy, Rosie, run home to be married.
And as I learn the field, I see all that's concealed in the ways we can make a change. Dr. Franklin!
Who's to say that the way things are is the way they'll always stay?
And who's to say that women should just bow to men all day? 'Cause we're climbing up the rungs, going twice as fast, and we're waking up the world 'cause we're unsurpassed, and we'll show twice over that this is our time.
Rosalind Franklin has been chosen for a fellowship at Newnham College.
Rosalind Franklin has joined Jacques Marin's lab in Paris.
Rosalind Franklin has obtained a Turner Newell Fellowship.
Miss Rosalind Franklin. Oh, you must be my new assistant, Maurice Wilkins.
There must be a misunderstanding. I've come to work on nucleic acids.
That is my field, yes.
I did not arrive to work as anyone's assistant, Dr. Wilkins. I was specifically recruited as a research associate.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, I received my PhD 5 years ago from the University of Cambridge. I'm an expert in diffraction.
Cambridge gives those to women?
Yes. Yes, they do.
My, pleased to meet you, Miss Franklin. Huh? Oh, and clean the glassware on your way out, won't you?
Dr. Franklin. Here's a trap, then another, and I've a foot in both. If I run out now, if I quit, then they'll be right. If I stay here every day, will be an endless fight. Who's to say that the way things are is the way they ought to be? And who's to say that good hard work has done the trick for me? 'Cause I'm climbing up the rungs as they're snatched beneath, and I've clawed and I've fought with nail and teeth, and I've shown twice over why this is my place. Twice over might not be enough for such a rosy face. Who's to say that the way
puzzling over the Alpha Helix manuscripts all day. I think he's building a model.
What? The early researcher gets the publication. 2 steps out of reach, so take a step forward, and 2 steps becomes 3. Now sit and brainstorm and take a step back. Now you've achieved Jack, and it's 5 steps out of reach.
It all makes perfect sense. Protein and nucleic acid helices, one and the same. Pauling was onto something. 2 steps out of reach. By Jove, I got it. Just 2 steps past the breach, and now I spotted the victory in sight. I think I just might win the Nobel.
Maurice, go back to your microscope. The X-ray data does not match the alpha helix shape at all. It's too soon to build models.
I'm running out of time.
Perseverance, patience, don't give up the fight. There's no chemical formula to doing things right. Just take a deep breath and number your steps. You've got your work cut out for you.
There's 2 steps to any problem, and the first is already done. Once you identify the problem, then you finish with step number 1.
And we work and build till we're black and blue. Cause solving what life throws at you is step number 2. And we've got it! The structure! And I spot it!
Mine is Pauling's disappointing face, cause I beat him in this race with our lightning rapid
Brace
pace!
yourself, be patient, this model's not right. 3 strands, magnesium, this is oversight. DNA can hold an enormous amount of water, but you put the phosphates on the inside where they have no access to water. Also, how can a small ion like magnesium hold the molecule together? And, I repeat, the X-ray crystallography gives us no reason to believe that there are 3 strands. Why bother putting in the effort to build a model if it's going to be a sloppy one?
She's 2 steps out of line.
It'll be fine.
She's trying to waste our
She
time.
doesn't know what she is talking about. I don't have a doubt that we can figure it out, and we can do it without her. Just work and build and never ever waver, cause Wilkins has more data, and that isn't in our favor.
Work and build and hustle night and day, and every little roadblock only furthers our delay. 2 steps out of reach, so take a step forward, and 2 steps becomes 3. Now sit and brainstorm and take a step back. Now you've achieved Jack, and it's 5 steps out of reach. Now work and build and live and breathe the science. These are the academic rules, and you must show compliance. Work harder, be smarter, and keep those lips pursed.
Cause I've got
to get there first.
Francis! What? Pauling is working on a model of DNA. We don't have much time.
Work harder, be smarter, and keep those lips pursed. Work harder, be smarter, and get the model first. Work harder.
He looks like the one we proposed last year. He made the same error regarding the phosphate.
Be smarter.
He's going to be humiliated. 2 steps left to solve.
Can't believe it.
Should acid chains dissolve?
Ray, just leave it. Perseverance, patience, one step at a time. The road to discovery is one steady climb. Just go back to the math, and you'll feel my wrath if you try to jump ahead.
We're making leaps and bounds, now it all makes sense.
I agree!
We need more evidence. Perseverance, patience, there's no easy way. Just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll get there someday.
2 steps,
Don't give up
so take
the
a
fight.
step forward. 2
Perseverance, patience, we'll make it all right. Perseverance, patience, don't give up the fight. Perseverance, patience, we'll make it all right. Ray, we got it.
What number photograph is that?
51.
51.
51!
Photo that would change history forever.
Ray, look at this.
What is it?
A DNA diffraction pattern. We've never gotten one this clear before. You've done amazing work. Job well done.
Wow.
We're getting somewhere. We have work to do.
Let's go!
The clock ticks fast, and now at last I'm no longer stuck like glue. And it happened so quick, but it all seemed to stick. And I think that I can see this through.
She got it. Yes. Yes, she did.
Through good old-fashioned hard work.
Kind of like how you have to get through school.
You're right.
But it's not just that.
Hello! Hi, Mother, how are you? Yes, I'm eating enough. Work is great, actually.
She was so dedicated. That's how she got what she wanted.
It's a bit hard to explain, but we've made progress. It's been very rewarding.
And that perseverance is what we need. She wanted to make a difference in the world, even when it was stacked against her. You know, every time I am having trouble with my research analysis or I'm exhausted during a hospital shift, I think she would have persevered through it.
Tired. It's hard to feel tired, honestly. I get so caught up in the work, I forget my fatigue.
Dr. Rosalind Franklin, one of the only documented female scientists in the 1950s.
I really hope to keep learning. That's what academia is all about, right? Constant learning and growth.
It sounds like you've got your thesis, honestly.
But I don't. Perseverance alone doesn't get you in. It didn't get her the Nobel. Hey, you haven't shown me any of your essays yet.
Oh, I've hardly worked on them. I've been too busy with this big fundraiser the student union is doing.
Well, you're due soon. Show them to me, and I'll help you. The student union can wait.
No, it can't. I'll figure it out. But in the meantime, can you promise me that you'll be there at the event in January? We could really use your help, and it would give you a great chance to see what we're all about. 2 hours tops.
I haven't been to a student union event since second year, Angie.
Yeah, all the more reason to go. Please?
Okay. I'll be there.
Good talking to you too, Mother. Yes, I'll let you know what the doctor says. Bye now.
Miss Franklin!
Good gracious, you startled me. Please knock next time.
I've got the polling manuscript. It's full of mistakes. He made the same errors Francis and I did last year.
That's what happens when you rush to publish.
Do you have no interest in seeing it?
I'm busy right now, Jim.
Busy with what? The proof is right in front of you.
What proof?
The proof that DNA is a helix.
I told you, I really prefer not to jump to conclusions.
Are you sure you're interpreting your data correctly?
Excuse me?
I'm just saying, Rosie, it's entirely possible.
Jim, get out.
No need to be so crafty.
Get out.
Did she bite you, James?
My goodness, Maurice, I can still feel the sting. I have no idea how you handle it.
It's been maddening.
Better off without that broad.
You know, Dr. Franklin took this marvelous photo of ADNA the other day.
Oh. Francis! What? Get in here!
It's
a helix.
We need no other proof.
2 steps till our glory.
The world will tell our story.
First we draw up a piece.
Then we wait for the press release. God, you've been such a great help, Maurice.
Come on, what color tie matches with Nobel gold?
I think white is the best color in all situations.
January 13th, 1958.
Dr. Franklin! So good to see you. This must be the first time since you left for Birkbeck.
I think it is Ray. Or should I say Dr. Gosling?
Are you okay?
Just not feeling too well.
What's going on?
The cancer scan didn't look too promising. Hoping to take as little time off work as possible.
Cancer?
Yes. It's fine, Dr. Gosling. I have work to do.
Of course. Well, it's good to see you again. It's been too long. Have you been liking the new job?
It's lovely.
Been in touch with Dr. Watson or Dr. Crick lately?
You can call them by their first names now. And no, I haven't.
My name is Rose Andersson. I am a fourth-year student, and I have wanted to be a doctor for as long as I can remember. I have chosen to major in biology and statistics. Biology provides discoveries about the world around us, and statistics determines which of these discoveries mean something. Hence, we make hypotheses about the world around us, and,
What are you doing?
I can't figure it out. I have no idea what I'm trying to say.
The fundraiser started. You said you'd be there.
I know, and I'm sorry, but I can't get any time away right now.
Rose, I asked you over a month ago.
I know, and I'm sorry, but I need to finish this, and...
It will take 2 hours. You can take 2 hours without working on your essay. I really wanted you there.
My name is Rose Andersson. Rosalind Franklin is my inspiration, and she beat the statistics to get to where she did. But then she got ovarian cancer, and she didn't get the recognition maybe she didn't need them after all.
Rose!
What?
Have you lost your mind?
Have you? What are you doing running some dumb fundraiser when your essays are due soon?
Some dumb fundraiser? I know you may think my organization is a load of crap, but the fact is that we do good work that you would see for yourself if you bothered to show up for me even once. And who cares if we don't? It makes me happy. Not everything is about your resume and your goddamn medical school application.
Well, I'm just trying to look out for you.
Really? Is that what you're doing? I literally spelled it out for you that I wanted you to support me at this event. But of course, the student union is beneath you. Is our friendship also beneath you now that you're on your way to becoming some fancy physician? Yeah, some doctor you're gonna be if you can't even apply basic empathy and understand that not everybody wants to live life the same way that you do!
Do not come at me about what kind of doctor I'll be when you won't even put in the work to have a chance at becoming...
Rose, I'm not applying to med school!
What?
I'm not applying. Not this year. Maybe not ever.
That's ridiculous. What are you just gonna be floundering around next year waiting for your next move?
You wanna know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have time off, and I'm gonna spend it with the people that I love, doing the things that I want. And I'm gonna take time to really think about what it is I want to do with my life. That will make me happy. If you could stop spiraling about your career for 2 seconds and listen, maybe you'd get that.
I love my work. I am focused and driven, and you're not gonna take that away from me.
I'm not trying to. Look at yourself. You claim to have these big goals of medicine and transforming the world of obstetrics or curing cancer or whatever, but really, you're just looking for another source of validation that you're better than everybody else around you. Is it worth it? You told me it started out being about the science, and then it became about the people. Well, now, you've forgotten the people because you only view them as competition. What if it doesn't work out, Rose? What if you do everything right and life still doesn't go your way? You have to be able to move on. And I worry that you can't. You define yourself on this goal of medicine, but where's the rest of you? Look, I think you are phenomenally intelligent and will be successful in whatever you do. When you take off the lab coat and there's nothing left of your personality, there's something wrong.
You're leaving.
Cancer treatment has left me quite weak. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Oh,
Dr. Wilkins.
Dr. Franklin, I just thought I'd stop in and see how things are at Birkbeck.
They're wonderful.
You're,
Taking some time off for health reasons.
Rosalind,
Congratulations on the double helix once again.
Thank you.
Breath, just calm down, 'cause tomorrow morning the world will still spin around, even if your world will never be the same. Take one step, then one more, do all it takes to get you through that door, and if you miss, who's to blame? For months, my life has been this list to bring me to where I now exist, of things to do and milestones to pass, 'cause life's a race and I can't be last. I try to go fast, I try to go quick, but there's always a box that's left unticked. Who am I? Gotta find beyond this box I've locked myself in, taking pride in stress, getting stuck in success. I've forgotten who I've been, just drifting through days, almost wasting away for one simple goal. And what does it mean? What does it mean? You've made it to the top. What could it mean if you just let yourself stop and hear the voices say, hey Rose, hey Rosie, I'm so proud. Hey Rose, hey Rosie, sing it loud. What'll be? I'll move on, I guess. Just go through life knowing I wasn't the best, and someone else deserving will make it through. What'll be? Now, how could this worsen?
You'll fail.
As this, but not as a person, 'cause no one decides your worth except for you. November 1951. Rosalind Franklin, preliminary structure of DNA. Helical structure, phosphates on the outside where they can absorb water, making for a hydrated structure. Simple, beautiful, logical. Everything a scientific paper should be. She was so close. She was so close. Molecular configuration, sodium thermonucleate, 1953. The nature of the helical structure on the tobacco mosaic virus, 1956. On the structure of some ribonucleoprotein particles, 1958. She never stopped, did she? Even after the others published the DNA paper. Even on the brink of her death.
Rest, just sit down, 'cause the others have already won your precious crown, and you don't have much time. Take one step, then one more, till all your steps may well now be ignored, 'cause you aren't at your prime. I always feared regret would come to me towards the end, but when you're young, there's always time to do over, to fix, to mend. Yet here I find my life behind me, snatched away. I feel so empty, leaving so much in twist. There's some that I've missed, and now there's no other way. Take a look at yourself where it ends up ahead. Tell yourself it'll be okay. As moments run out, there's moments of doubt as to whether my mark will stay.
Your mark will
When
stay.
I'm laid to rest in my second life, maybe I'll be the best. I'll work harder, be smarter, I'll never give up. I'll just hope that it's enough.
There's no knowing what this life will bring. There's no knowing when you'll find the thing that makes you tick and pushes you on. The thing you'll love until you're gone.
For which you wish you had just what you're doing. Will say we're so proud of you, love you for who you are. 'Cause I am the sun and they're the earth, and I'm a shining star.
But stars burn out and stars self-doubt, and stars can't see their own light. And one day we'll give up the fight.
What I'll be, I'll move on, I guess. Just go through life knowing I wasn't the best. Take a rest, don't be stressed. After all, life's a test.
Rosalind Elsie Franklin, beloved daughter and sister, passed away peacefully this morning from ovarian cancer. Dr. Franklin will be remembered for her quick wit, her keen mind, and her love for scientific discovery.
Hey,
Hey,
how did it go?
fine. We raised a lot of money for cancer research.
That's amazing. I'm proud of you. And the union.
Thanks.
Look, Angie, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I said things
No,
that I
but
didn't mean.
you were
to-
right. I was a bad friend, and I want to be there to support you, no matter what. And I will, no matter how many papers or essays are waiting.
Rose, I just want you to know that you're more than your academic success. And I know you love it, and that's something that I admire so much, but
But that's just it.
what?
I love it. And that's all that matters. Look, just give me an hour to crank this out, and then we're going to the pub.
Promise?
Promise.
The 1962 Nobel Prize in Medicine has been announced to Maurice Wilkins, James Watson, and Francis Crick for their discovery of the structure of DNA at King's College London.
My name is Rose Andersson. I am a fourth-year student, and I have wanted to be a doctor for as long as I can remember. I have chosen to major in biology and statistics. Biology provides discoveries about the world around us, and statistics allows us to collect and interpret data about these discoveries, which allows us to predict outcomes. Making discoveries and predictions is how I fell in love with science. As pre-medical students, we have many statistics thrown at us about how likely we are to fail. We start thinking we need to beat these odds, these statistics, to get to the top. We focus solely on beating those beneath us. My love for medicine started with the science, but that grew into a love of helping others, a love of people. And when beating others is our main motivation, we've already lost. Rosalind Franklin is one of my role models. She is all the way at the top, and I always thought of her as someone who beat the statistics, but I don't think she had statistics in mind at all. What her story has taught me is that when you truly love something, you're not worried about the others. Even when she didn't get the due credit for her work, even when she was robbed, she kept working out of pure passion and lived out her life as a brilliant, whip-smart scientist. This is what should drive us forward, not a race to the finish line, but the privilege to do what we love every day. Medical school is something I deeply want, but if I am not accepted, I know I will be okay. Because I do this out of love, not to win the race. I will keep growing, keep discovering, keep learning in these subjects that I love. I think that's what Dr. Rosalind Franklin would have done.
Dear Miss Anderson,
We cordially invite you to Watson Crick Medical School this coming Saturday, January 27th, for an interview at 1 p.m.
Please arrive 15 minutes before your scheduled time.
We look forward to meeting you. Hey, Rose. Hey, Rosie. You've come far. Hey, Rose. Hey, Rosie. Now show them who you are. Go far. Be proud that you're a girl who can do anything.
I can do anything.
Who can keep growing and learning and always stay true.
And you'll be there
Hold your head high in the ground, 'cause you'll always make me proud.
I make you proud?
Yes, you do.
If I'm half the scientist that you were, I'll know that I've done well.
You'll be double.
What'll be in the next few years? I'll live out my dreams and I'll work through my fears. And I only wish that you could have had the chance to do the same. To see a world where all the people know and love your name.
My time is done, but watch, you'll see that yours has just begun. And I'll be there for you.
You'll be there for me.
I'll be there for you. You'll be there for me and you.